Lloyd got his whole Lloyd comedy shit on.
You know, I kind of feel like, because I didn't say anything on the post despite me wanting to bite back, but when y'all were shitting on me for missing the last episode and like, oh, we need to go back to the old intro. This is your minor karma payback, Lloyd. That's what you get.
What? Oh, Lloyd said.
Yeah, both y'all. Then y'all want to be like,
no,
yeah.
both of y'all did not say that. That was
you know
Lloyd.
what? You allowed him to continue, so I take that as a direct assault on my character.
No, I did. I even played the original outro. I mean, original intro.
I agree, but at the same token, you allowed Lloyd to commit such slander against my name, and Lloyd committed such slander against my name. That's your karma.
Can we remember that you fucking fell asleep?
It wasn't that I fell asleep.
Oh, I'm sorry. That you put your phone on DNP while we were going live?
No. D&D happens automatically because I have a son, so I don't want that shit to be waking him up. Plus, I got off of work much later than what I normally do. So, look, you're not going to skip Bayless me.
Thanks, Lloyd.
Oh, I didn't do any of that. I'm still.
I didn't either. I think he did it to himself.
Yeah. Erroneous. Asinine. Asa 10.
Oh my god.
Asa 9, Asa 10, Asa 11, Asa 12.
Asa, that's a lot of numbers.
Look, now the intro doesn't even want to play anymore.
Wrong intro. Let's try that again from the top with feeling.
Yeah, did you push it?
I don't. Oh, it's not even here. It's not even loading.
Did it unload our shit?
It unloaded all of our shit, apparently.
I don't have any access to any of that, so I definitely didn't do it.
This is why you don't allow Lloyd to do shit.
No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, cunt. You fucking cunt.
Oh, there's the Boston in him coming out. There we go.
Walking cunt.
You fucking cunt.
Dude, you know what show I've been watching? That I was like, I gotta see if Lloyd's gonna be mad, but I really don't care. Warrior.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Dude, it's so good.
It's like you watching like Shaka Zulu. Like, I'm sure my people did it at some point. It has nothing to do with me. You can have at it.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah. You never heard of Warrior?
Mm-mm.
So Warrior is so did you watch the Like Water documentary on Bruce Lee?
Yeah, it's basically like the context of Bruce Lee. Like, we've had one guy in the history of our history, and we're just now making up more shit around the one guy. Like, we can't come up with another guy.
There's been no more achievements by other Chinese dudes
at all. Like, it's like, hey, let's just keep like, it's like Luke Skywalker, but we haven't named anybody else in the universe, and we're just gonna build this universe around one guy and just. There's no other. There's, yeah. But basically, yeah, it's like the shit that goes on around Bruce Lee, and I don't even think he's in it. So it's like another Bruce Lee movie that Bruce Lee has very little to do with that shit. Great, thanks, guys. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do, though, right? Is we find that one person of minority, or color, whatever you want to call it, and we build that one person up, forgetting all the other people that fall within that same profile and being like, oh, yeah, they did great things too. Nope.
Yeah, I get it.
MLK and Bruce Lee. That's it.
Yeah, at least you had MLK and Malcolm X. Like, it was like
true.
Like together, but you have Bruce Lee, and then like 77 years later, they're like, hey, let's just ride this out. What haven't we done?
They're like waiting on Jet Li to die or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he'll be enshrined 2050.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, can we just come up with a different story where we're not fighting each other? Like, have you ever noticed, like, it's always like Asian people fighting other Asian people? Like, even all the DMX movies with DMX and Jet Li, like, DMX always deals with the black people, and all Jet Li deals with all the Asian people. Like, it's never doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah.
And even like the storyline always like flips and being like, oh, the guy that you thought was the bad guy isn't, so it's the Asian guy. So the Asian guy can fight the Asian guy.
Gotta do that Asian on Asian crime. Gotta perpetuate that stereotype.
Because nobody wants to lose to an Asian guy. They're just like hey, we're just gonna let you guys fight so nobody gets upset. Like, we're not even gonna let Jet Li kiss Aaliyah, which would be weird because she was like 21 and he's like 97. But
I don't know, man. R. Kelly was kissing on her well before that. So.
Yeah. No, so like, all right. So this is the thing, though, right?
He's
The
just gonna jump.
Warriors. I am no, because neither one of y'all know. I could only hear what you were talking about.
Okay.
So I couldn't respond and cut you off. The Warriors. If you sort of like water,
Water.
you remember, you might remember. Fuck you, whore. You might remember the part where he says like Bruce Lee developed a TV show for himself, and then the white execs loved the show so much that they recasted it. Yeah, they recasted it with a white dude.
Yep.
And named
It's like Tom Cruise in that what is it, The Last Samurai?
Yeah. Well, I think that one was.
I mean, granted, it's like a dance.
That one was based off a white guy
of whatever.
Yeah, I have so many problems with that, and it has nothing to do with Tom Cruise being literally the last samurai. I think my biggest problem is that like he killed a guy, right? Which is fine. He killed a samurai, great. And then he detox. He learns how to be a samurai in like a winter's break. And then like not only lives in the samurai's house that he killed, but then like becomes a stepfather to his kids, wears his armor, fucks his wife. Like that.
There's a lot of problems with that joint.
That's where I stand on it. That's where I stand.
But like it's received so much critical acclaim, if you will, and I'm like,
it was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was a horribly racially in.
I'd still watch Dances with Wolves twice before I go after that.
You must not remember Last Samurai.
But see, the thing with at least with like Dances with Wolves, they like it was over a very long period of time. He became acclimated over a very long period of time.
It was years worth. You didn't just all of a sudden learn like, you know, dynasties years worth of martial arts.
But the thing is
like how are you gonna learn Japanese in a winter break?
The Warriors different than both of those. I don't want y'all to keep butchering the Warriors. So this is why I keep trying to shut y'all down, because I'm like, we're really gonna get in trouble because you're butchering this.
I don't even care anymore. No one watching this is gonna watch The Warrior. Continue.
Yes, they will, bro.
They're not gonna watch it. They're not gonna watch it. They're gonna watch it because they either wanted to watch it or something else. It has nothing to do with this podcast.
Why are you two such dickheads? Why are y'all such dickheads?
Because you make it easy. Number one.
No, I'm not. Listen, I was trying to be sensitive to the only age.
Number one.
So what, dickhead?
Hey,
you wear lugs. You wear lugs. I say water. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
What did you just bring up some lugs there, Eddie?
Oh my.
Oh shit! What's the promo code right now? Hold on. Please hold. Stop the presses. What's the promo code for lugs.com?
I'm gonna allow you guys
out there listening and don't understand. We have a fictional discount code for this fictional sponsorship we are currently working on.
Oh no, it's not. It's not fictional. Or the discount code's not fictional.
This code's not fictional. The sponsorship
partnership is
very fictional for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is I'm gonna get in trouble, and Lloyd and Terrance have made it their mission this episode to literally annoy me.
25% off with discount code winner25, $5 flat rate shipping across on all orders, no minimum. Lugs.com, winner25.
Winner25, get you some sweet ass lugs that look like Uggs, like what I got. You be comfortable in your house, you're comfortable in your driveway. It really doesn't matter.
You can get lugs that look like whatever you're wearing right now, but lugs.
Exactly. And you can get yourself 2 sets of wheats like Eddie did. You can get a Timberland wheat and a Lugs wheat. We got video evidence that proved it.
Yep. Or the
again, ladies and gentlemen, this podcast
brought to you by Be Like Water or Warriors or whatever the fuck we're talking about.
That's why I'm mad with it. That's why I'm mad with it. Straight out the trap with it.
That's gonna be the longest cold open we've ever had. 10 minutes in, fucking cold open.
That's why I'm mad with it. Okay, you chasing.
I hate Lloyd.
One of these episodes are scripted exactly how they run
to the minute.
There's no flying by the seat of our pants. Nothing. There's no ad-libbing. This is all written.
This is horrific. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? This time I'm gonna get in trouble on my boy Eddie Liles. It's Lloyd Lee. Terrance G is in the building. We were trying to talk about Warrior, the great show on fucking Cinemax with titties and kung fu and Asian
That's
people.
your problem, Eddie. Is you're rich and fancy. You still pay for cable. I ain't got cable like that.
First off, whore. What is the word that I want to use? Allegedly, I pay for cable. I mean, and allegedly, I have a Fire Stick that I, jail.
You're definitely getting in trouble. FBI's monitoring this right now.
I said allegedly. I don't like. I have a cable. I have a cable bill. It's not expensive.
So the titties that you speak of in this show called Warriors, is it Asian titties?
It's Warrior, and it's a lot of Asian titties.
Yeah, see, that's my problem. Problematic. Continue your description.
Who doesn't like Asian?
No,
who doesn't like titties?
It's always Asian titties.
Are you racist against titties?
Hey, you know what? Hide the Asian titties.
Oh, no,
we don't need Asian
white
titties.
Wait. Lloyd, is that like a traditional Chinese man thing that you're like, no, don't show your titties, or you just like, no, Asian titties?
No, I'm just saying, whenever there's kung fu, there's always Asian titties.
Oh, okay.
No, whenever there's kung fu, they have to show sex to get women involved.
No,
it's like a whole world of romance.
Kung Fu Hustle. I don't think they had Asian titties in that.
But that's a Chinese That's actually
Chinese.
That's actually Chinese.
Yeah,
they don't speak English.
That's one of my favorite movies. I love that.
That was a crossover movie though. That movie wasn't made for us.
That movie, Kung Fu Hustle, is so goddamn. When he starts doing I don't know what the instrument's called off the top of my head. I can't think. I know what it is.
Shit. That shit was gangster as fuck.
And throwing the blades.
But a lot of that shit, like what a lot of people don't know, like if you don't watch a lot of kung fu flicks, actually, if you watch a lot of kung fu flicks like that, there's a lot of parody to that. That's like all the parodies mashed together. It's like Spaceballs, but kung fu.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't made for us though.
Yeah,
it wasn't made.
So good.
It's like Parasite. Parasite wasn't made for us.
The Axe
But
Gang.
that shit was so fucking good. The Axe Gang was hilarious.
Did you guys ever watch the movie with Jet Li, Hero?
Yeah.
I thought that movie was fantastic.
Way too philosophical for me.
I loved it though, man. I like how they did the color breakdown to each storyline. And one was like, this is truth. Yep. This is the lie. This is, I think, like what they wished or something. Like, damn, that was a good movie.
Right. I wanted to watch that again. But it was like way too philosophical when I saw it when I was in my 20s. I was trying to fuck.
Get that philosophy out of here and let me get that pussy.
Yeah, let's see some of those Asian titties. Wait a second.
I need the other word that starts with P and ends in Y, and it's not philosophy.
Let me get some Asian titties.
And then like, if you watch like every time there's kung fu, you're like, oh, there's more Asian titties, of course.
That should be the name of this episode, just Asian titties.
But no. So Warrior is. I'm being serious, real quick. Let me get through this shit real quick. No, I'm dead ass, bro. All right, so Bruce Lee. Fuck you, whore, because y'all don't let me finish the fucking statement.
I'm gonna let you finish in a second.
Warrior is Bruce Lee's masterpiece. So Warrior is based off of Bruce Lee's writing, and then basically, have you guys seen Banshee? You remember the show Banshee?
Yeah.
From Cinemax as well.
Right.
The dude who created Banshee is the guy who's directing it, but Shannon Lee, his daughter, is an executive producer on it. So it's like it tries to like give homage to the Asian community by showing the Asian struggle.
Homage, I think, is the word that you always struggle with.
I hate that pronunciation.
Homage,
I know it's probably the right one, but I hate
homage.
It. Yeah, homage. Just say homage.
It sounds like you calling somebody a hoe.
Trash. It's homage.
Let me get some homage. It's homage.
Yeah,
it's like a ludicrous song, man.
Like you literally sounded out the way you spell it wrong.
Yep,
homage.
You pronounce it misspelled.
Homage.
I agree with you, Eddie. Though I like homage way better than homage. I hate homage. It just sounds like you're a superficial dickhead for no reason.
It's not an English word.
When people try to correct my words.
I let it go so many times. You say it so many times that I was like, you know what? And I wrote it down. I wrote it down in my notes. If he uses that word, today is the day I'm correcting him.
Let me help you out. Still gonna fucking use that word.
Yeah, of course. But I feel better. I'll be able to sleep better at night knowing that I took.
Because you told me.
because I took a stand.
Yeah, but Eddie probably spells it Hoemaj.
I'm gonna be honest.
Nicki
I'm gonna be
Homage.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't spell homage ever. I've never
I can't
put
spell
that.
that either. It's a
You can't spell tribute.
you.
Are you trying to say me? Oh, I can spell tribute, bitch.
Just
Fuck
not
you.
right? Not with all the right letters.
T-R-I-B-U-T-E, nigga. Fuck you, whore. Fuck you, whore.
We got Eddie over here in the spelling bee here on the podcast.
He's like using a sentence.
I have two dickheads. I have two dickheads that I can kick out at any time trying to make fun of me. Look at this shit. Like I wish I was a sensitive mother. Well, I mean I'm sensitive, but I wish I was a sensitive motherfucker who didn't care if other people knew I was sensitive. I actually care that other people know I'm sensitive. I don't want anybody to know I'm sensitive. Because if I cared, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't care, I would just do shit like that and just like kick both of you fuckers out and just
surprise
podcast.
You haven't changed your password.
I'm mad you left Terrance out, you piece of shit.
I already knew I was the third wheel, you pieces of shit.
I'm mad lawyers is like, I can come back in. Fuck Terrance.
I mean, I'm making an executive order at this point. I'm voting in me.
There goes that lug sponsorship, you sons of bitches.
25%. I meant 22%.
Fuck out of here. We're not doing a lug sponsorship. Like, come on, yo.
I'm gonna laugh.
Hey, Lugs money spends the same way all green money spends.
Everybody that has any respect for my shoe game, I will never be wearing lugs. Me and Terrance made one bet, and now I have a whole year before I have to try to do it again.
Oh, I will get you in lugs, Eddie. Oh, it's going to happen. Whether it's through this sponsorship
like
or another
2002. We get you cross color. Hey, is cross color still around? Let's start a sponsorship with cross colors. Here we go.
Yo, what's our topic for today?
Like Nick Arcade and do like British Knights.
BK Killers.
You remember them shits?
Weird.
Yeah, buddy.
Eddie, you were on my topics for today. You watch that kind of shit, right?
No.
Oh man.
Look, you and your Power Rangers go somewhere, bro. Like.
What does Eddie want to talk about? What does Eddie want to talk about today?
Eddie just did fucking 10 hours at work. Eddie does not give a fuck about what we talk about. That's not even the truth.
Then I'll open the floor.
That's why I said when in the private chat, that's why I was like topics, and I didn't put a one in that bitch.
I'm gonna go with Screech. Dustin Diamond has passed at the age of 44.
How did he die?
He just stage 4. He found out he had
like 2 weeks ago, right? When he had
barely 2 weeks ago. And he's probably one of the top selling stand-up comedians touring the country right now until his passing. So Saved by the Bell. What's that?
I thought he was in jail.
He's been out for a long time. He's been traveling on the comedy circuit for a couple of years.
Yeah.
No, I know. I performed with him.
I was gonna say I performed with him out in DC too.
Yeah,
he did a show at Martini's.
Oh, that's not
White Plains Martini's, not Fort Washington.
Yeah, that's nowhere near DC. I'm just being honest with you, bro. That's fucking Virginia. That's fucking Maryland, bottom of Virginia.
Area, as you guys would say. It's that area.
Shout out Erwin Loring. I just did the show out there with him and Tony Woods at Martini's.
Yep.
But yeah, go ahead, Loy.
That's it.
The Dustin Diamond thought.
That's it. That's it.
Dude, is it bad that the best memory we have of Dustin Diamond is 20 years ago when he was 16, and then everything afterwards is just bad?
What? Because he stabbed a dude in a bar, did porno.
He got in a fight in the bar. He
did porn?
Yeah, he did porn.
I mean, that does sound like a porn name, right?
Dustin
Diamond Dallas Page.
I never forget, man. Yo, here's my funniest Dustin Diamond story, and it doesn't really revolve around him. I had a crush on a girl in 7th grade, and I told her, and she was like, "Ew, you look like Screech. Get the fuck away from me." And I was
Screech,
like,
motherfucker.
You look like what Screech should have grew up to look like.
I agree. Wow. Handsome Screech.
Like what Screech should have grown up. No, yeah, I met him after he lost the ear. But I thought he went back to jail. I thought he went back
He
to jail.
lost an ear?
Yeah, he lost a piece of his ear.
Maybe you're right.
In that
Because
bar
I
fight.
almost feel like didn't he get like some sort of sentence commuted and then ended up violating probation or parole?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Something like that.
I might remember grumblings, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I think his life was mad trouble. Like rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think his life was like mad trouble because he used to get picked on all the time on that show, and then they said they were actually picking on him in real life.
I could only imagine how that transformed into actual life, even outside of the set, because you're kind of that punching bag, right? So
yeah, but only 2 people out of that show even made it afterwards at all.
Well, I mean, Mario Lopez is still crushing it.
I said 2 people.
Who's the other one?
Zach.
I mean, is he really crushing it because he did that lawyer show?
Nah, well, that lawyer show was banging though. That's
the only thing I know of.
That Pitch, he was in Pitch, where
he was in a couple things.
The move, the show, the short-lived show about the first female MLB pitcher.
Yeah, he was one of the managers or something, right?
He was the catcher.
Okay. Yeah, Mark Paul
Gosling, who's like he's like part Indonesian. His mom's like half Indonesian or some shit.
Way to go, Loy.
Bringing up Asian titties.
Way to go, Loy. Loy's gonna find a way to bring that Asian out, son. Everybody.
Someone's got to do it. None of you motherfuckers are gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for
none
you.
of us know. None of us know.
I'm not. Nobody knows. That's the thing about the thing about being white is I don't really have to be plugged into that kind of shit. Like it just happens.
You just name somebody and they're white. Just name anybody that's done anything.
All you got to do is like basically if I wanted to play any role, I just grow my hair out, shave my beard, grow out my beard, and then if I want to play a bad guy, I get a British accent. That's pretty much what or if I want to play like some pharaoh, just give me a British accent. It's believable.
You know what's fucked up? That's so true. You could actually play a pharaoh. Like that's so fucked up.
Which I have to have the British accent.
Yeah, the British accent in timepieces always bothers me because first of all, British accents in general bother me because everyone's accent is all over the fucking place. Like we could be brothers, right? The 2 characters are brothers. They're born and raised together, and
they all had the same accent.
Well, not even close.
You'll have one with like damn near like a Cockney accent, and then the other one's like Newcastle, so he's like basically Scottish.
and everyone, they don't even address it. They don't even write it into the storyline. They're just like, nobody's gonna fucking notice.
See, here's the thing: I didn't even realize that was a thing until like 10 years ago ish. It just happened, and it was normal life for me. And then I read a post something about it, and it just I've never forgotten it since.
And also the big thing is like in the UK, the accents has a lot to do with like representation, like classism, where like the thick Cockney accent, you're low life, you're a thug,
you're poor Londoner.
Yeah. And then like the posh, more posh than you come from, but it actually defines class.
Like that.
Oi.
Oi,
mate, fuck off.
You fucking cunt.
See, you know what the worst part is? Both of those, all y'all accents that y'all just did are definitely movie accents. Like that's exactly how they sound. They're so bad.
Killing that role.
Yeah, dude. The one accent to bring in the black people, the one accent that I hated the most, and I was so pissed off because it was black people that made it, was fucking Luke Cage. Fucking what's the name's Jamaican accent was so bad.
Black one.
I was like, what the fuck is happening, bro? I was like, this is made by black. That's like Asian people. That's like Chinese making a Chinese film with Chinese people, but the Chinese accents, because they use non-Chinese people, the accents are so fucked up.
Like that was my biggest frustration with Mulan. It's like, I get it's a timepiece, right? No problem. Like there's no need for anybody to speak with an accent, and everyone's accent's all fucked up. Like some people have the thicker one. It's like you could tell, like some of the kids, like you could tell they didn't speak with an accent whatsoever, and you're like, let's just drop the accent. There's no need. It doesn't bring authenticity to this fucking fantastical storyline.
I loved the movie Troy.
Fantastical.
Troy was such a good movie when I saw it, way back in the day, like 15 years ago, one with Brad Pitt and all of that. And then I read that thing about how they basically just give white people the British accent, and I can't unsee it and unhear it now. So I'm like,
Did you see Brad Pitt? Speaking of accents and Brad Pitt doing the Jamaican accent in Meet Joe Black.
Oh, yeah.
What is Meet Joe Black? Hold up, what?
He was like a death angel or
Yes.
was death or something. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it was like a 3-hour movie.
It's like a death comes down to earth in the form, and he takes over Joe Black's body and Brad Pitt basically. And Brad Pitt is kind of wandering around, meandering amongst the humans, and he goes to this hospital. He kind of falls in love with this woman that ends up being a nurse or a doctor, and then he goes to see her.
Speed this up. No, because when I wanted to talk about a TV show, you remember you wouldn't let me explain it. So speed this shit the fuck up.
Yeah, that's it. And then I found $10.
I'm trying to explain one thing about Asian heritage that was respectful to Asian people. And Lloyd, of all the people on the show, is the one who cut me off. So fucking hurry this shit up. Don't give a fuck about Brad.
So anyways, what I was saying was he goes to visit this doctor in the emergency room, and then this old Jamaican woman is like, she sees him and then starts speaking patois, and he starts speaking back, and it is horrific. I'm sure it's on YouTube. Brad Pitt speaks patois. Look it up.
Yeah. It just, when you hear that, like I said, with Troy, it just kind of ruined me. And then I've looked at it. I just can't not unhear it and unsee it. And it's just horrible. So I laugh about it.
Hi, Eddie. Welcome back.
Man, I don't. Yeah.
Oh, he's so angry.
I don't. No, you know what it is?
What's
you know
that?
how you get irritable when you're tired?
Yeah. Are you hungry? Are you hungry, Bubba?
No, yeah.
You need a nap.
Eddie need a
nap.
I don't need a nap. I'm not gonna sleep.
I can't wait to punch you both in the chest. I cannot wait to punch you both in the chest. Did y'all have y'all ever had banchan?
It's amazing. The Korean chicken.
Oh my
does that
God.
shit. Amazing.
I literally spent money that I didn't have on that shit.
And it's not cheap.
It's not
That
cheap
shit's
at all.
not cheap.
It's Thai joint right around the corner from my house, and that place is fire.
Where?
Right out here where I live, it's literally like 3 minutes from my house, like a 3-minute drive, probably like a 10-minute walk. That joint. So they operate a food truck most of the week, but then they'll pull it up behind this really small brick and mortar joint, and they cook straight out of the food truck, but then just serve everything through the brick and mortar. That is amazing.
That's kind of a dope concept.
I love it. They got to be making it like dumb money because the brick and mortar shop can't be more than 1,000 square feet. Like, no bullshit. It is small.
Ooh, it's like a pizza parlor, basically.
Yeah, it's very thin, very narrow, and goes back,
kind of like your dick. Oh, that's big.
Fucking dick jokes. Here we go. And here we go.
For a guy that hates dick jokes, that hates them, you do say dickhead
a lot.
Very, very much.
What's your point?
I'm just saying.
I've said dickhead since I was a kid, like since high school.
It's kind of awkward that you hate dick jokes, but you call everybody and everything a dickhead.
If you're being a dickhead, I'm gonna call you a fucking dickhead. Why would I?
If I got a gigantic dick, I'm gonna make jokes about it.
No, who fucking makes dick jokes? This shit is so weird. There's only one friend of mine that is allowed to make good dick jokes around me, and that's Tommy Simbazo, because they're fucking hilarious. Other than that, all the rest of you guys suck at it.
Okay.
Sorry, Lord.
Let's keep on moving. Let's keep on moving along.
Are you? I'm gonna hurt your feelings, bitch.
No, because
I hurt you
on the script.
Hurt your feelings, you little pussy.
That's like the first place other comics go when they're trying to actually insult you. Be like, well, you ain't fucking funny anyways. And that's basically like a scorned woman being like, well, your dick was tiny as it was. Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I literally had 27 more minutes of dick jokes, and you don't want to do any more dick jokes, so we're moving on.
I've never wanted to do dick jokes. It was never I've never came on this podcast and was like, hey man, let's do dick jokes.
It's in the
I
script.
actually had a 10-minute rant about how much I hate dick jokes.
And that just made me want to do dick jokes 25% more, like 25% off
I agree.
lugs.com.
Knowing that it upsets you, it just like I'm that type of person. You tell me your annoyance, I'm gonna do it more. But what dick hurt you to make you hate dick jokes?
Where did the dick joke hurt you?
The dick jerk? Did you just say dick jerk?
Did it hurt you here and
Here or here? Did it hurt you? Did the dick joke hurt you here?
Why am I cool with you fucknuts? I don't get it, yo. I really don't understand, bro. Today of all days.
Let's keep this
because
shit
you're
show
allowing us to
rolling.
slide right in, Eddie.
So, Eddie, you were talking about Bonchon chicken. Did you just have it for the first time?
Yeah, for the first time yesterday.
And what flavor did you have? And what prompted you to go there?
I was,
I mean, it's chicken. I get it. But I mean, beyond that. Ooh.
That was so racist. Oh, my God.
No,
I wasn't even fucking.
I know that
I wasn't
like
even.
chicken.
I wasn't even insinuating that. I wasn't even insinuating that.
I just
Like, so, damn, Lloyd.
I just want to thank everyone for coming to my press conference.
Jesus Christ.
But his hat is foo-foo lame dickhead wear.
I think he's talking about Lloyd.
Do we know that person or is that another troll?
I
don't know.
I don't know that.
Hey, listen, that's a real person. The other one had a fucking cartoon as a first.
I was just asking. I've never seen the name before, so
he's real to me, bro.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Boys over here claiming fucking Russian bots now.
I'm on 6 different phones.
I've got an extra follower, damn it.
Loyally.com.
I don't care if it's a porn account.
Yo, foo lame dickhead wear. I'm making a shirt. Thanks, William Irish.
Yeah, I think
it's going to just have Lloyd's picture, and I'm going to put foo lame dickhead shit.
You should make like the W, the U, and foo look like this W, whatever the fuck this is.
Holy shit! Don't disrespect the Nationals, my guy.
That's what he did it. Look, he literally saying,
bro.
yeah.
He's not talking about it. He's just talking about on your head, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody disrespects the Nationals.
But his hat, literally the first 3 words in that sentence.
Hat.
But his hat.
I didn't know if he was talking about Roy or he was talking about me.
I thought he was talking about you too, Terrance. But everybody that's only listening, we on the live stream, William Irish put up that Lloyd's hat is foo lame dickhead wear.
Fubu for us, by us? I don't know.
Foo-foo? For us.
For us.
For you, for us.
For us, fuck you, dickhead.
Fuck you, dickhead.
Foo dickhead is the next fucking clothing line from IGIT.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Foo dickhead headwear. Is that? Can we LLC that? Can we just start putting out merch?
Fuck you. That's what it could be.
F you, foo, fuck yeah.
Fuck you. Why? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? The art form of all types of art. What do you think is going to go after the pandemic?
Oh man. So
yeah.
ahead,
No. I was just gonna ask more questions to avoid avoid answering the question.
As you do. As you fucking
do. I? But do I?
Yes. A lot.
There's a motherfucker that answers questions with questions.
Yeah, like a lot, bro.
What exactly happened?
Define art.
Whatever do you mean?
Wait, Eddie, what was the question again?
So, like, where do you guys think art is going to go after the pandemic? As the pandemic is starting to wind down, do you think art's going to bounce back, or where do you think it's going to go?
Is the pandemic actually winding down? I don't think so.
It looks like it.
I think people are getting a little too optimistic right now based on like the new variants and such.
I think we're optimistic because Trump's not in office anymore, and now there's no fucking reason to hold this shit up, which is which most people think was the only reason that this shit.
I guess you bought into that second flavor of shit sandwich, but hey, man, more power to you.
I'm going to, just
I
based
did.
on knowing what Terrance does as a background, as a living, I'm just going to defer to his knowledge and agree with him.
No,
Nope.
we're not even gonna
Nope.
bring that. I'm just saying.
Nope. I'm just saying,
What I've seen
you
in
know some shit that
reading,
I don't know some shit.
from what I've seen in reading, it's like these new strains are way more transmissible than the current one that we know of. And granted, the vaccine fights it off. I think it's got the same level and percentage of efficacy, but it spreads a lot faster. So we're witnessing wildly higher rates of infection, which is also resulting in much faster death rate.
And then COVID-21 walks into the bar.
COVID-21 enters the chat.
So you don't think that like this shit's gonna? You don't think COVID-19? This shit is like fuck the COVID-19s. I don't think it's going away. COVID's not going away. I'm being dead
No,
ass.
I'm saying I think we're being too optimistic.
What do you mean as far as like opening back up?
Yeah, that I think when we look at the vaccinations, because of how the strains are going. I mean, it's spreading like wildfire in well over 5 states now in 2 different strains, because you had the one that originated in Ohio and then one that was in Colorado, I believe. And they were 2 different strains of COVID-19. Granted, the vaccine, again, I still believe has that 95% efficacy, but we're still kind of slow on the vaccine rollouts. We're still not hitting the numbers that we need to hit for the herd immunity, if you will, if that's even a thing with COVID. I just think people are getting a little optimistic when I don't know that we should.
I mean, the timeline. Let's say Thanos snap, COVID done today, right now. Just the getting back to the art and making money is not going to be tomorrow. It's going to be a very long and arduous process to just convince people, hey, it's okay. You can come back in and sit 300 people jam-packed to a comedy show. It's gonna be a fucking long haul.
I think people are gonna I think people are going to go out either way, bro.
Yeah, it's all fun and games till Nana dies.
I think that's honestly, man.
Nana's already died, though, bro.
You say that, man. I think that while 400,000 is, I think, an overwhelming number, I think it's still relatively small in comparison to the population. I think we still have yet to get hit with the hard ones. I think we still have yet.
Do you close or do you open at this point? Like I was down for opening safely fucking 6 months ago. I understood the lockdown and all that shit, but
what is safely?
Now I'm like,
what is safe? Like, and then you gotta have nothing.
What isn't safely? We know what isn't safely, and that's motherfuckers not walking around with no mask and 300 people in the club.
But even that's up for debate now, bro. Like, people debate that. People still argue about the efficacy of masks. People still argue about whether it's constitutional rights or just flat out contradicting evidence from the CDC. Because what Dr. Fauci came out with that whole double mask thing that you're like, okay, that's kind of weird, but all right.
I ain't doing that dumb shit. I'm wearing a mask. I'm not a non-masker, but I think he was talking about double masking because motherfuckers were wearing handkerchiefs. I got a 2-ply mask already, so I'm not fucking putting another mask on top of a 2-ply mask.
But you see how people part and we're like, see, I told you this was bullshit. Why not go with 4 masks? And it's like, you missed the message because you're dumb. But we have a lot of those people that are dumb, and that's what's fucking up the timeline.
I think okay, so like Maryland today, Maryland goes back, cancels the 10 o'clock curfew. Right? They get rid. The state of Maryland get you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you think that the lockdowns coming? You think all the lockdowns are coming back?
I think it has a potential. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just saying if you look at how, especially in just January of 2021, when you look at the cases rising and the death rate in which it's both went up pretty significantly because of the 2 different virus strains and such. Yeah. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying it's still within the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I think I don't, like I said, I don't think COVID's going away, bro. I think we got this shit for a couple years. And it's sense of like not the lockdown part of COVID. I'm saying like just the flu or cold or virus part of COVID. It's going to be around. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the Spanish flu was around 2-3 years, right?
I think it was 2. I thought it was 2 years, and then it just went the fuck away.
And then like the Black Plague lasted fucking for hundreds of years. Like it was horrible.
Yeah, but you get back to work, and that's all I'm saying. I think people are going to get back to work, and it's going to become it's going to be it's going to turn into the fucking flu. Whereas it's like, hey, you got COVID, go home.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I feel like it's going to be like one of those situations.
I think, yeah, I'm not saying that it's going away either in that aspect. I'm saying overall, I think people are getting a little optimistic in both restrictions being lifted as well as the vaccination and death rates. I don't know, but we'll see. As far as back to the original question,
right?
We've seen already the mass exodus from the artsy areas, if you will, when it comes to cities, coastal areas, Seattle, Los Angeles. I read an article on CNN earlier today that was talking about the staggering rates of people leaving Seattle, LA, and New York City.
Yep.
And it's crazy. I mean, people are filling up Idaho. People are filling up Texas. People are filling up like the Poconos in upstate New York.
Las Vegas.
What the fuck is going on in Idaho, bro?
Nothing.
Like, I get Las Vegas, I get Texas, I get Florida. Where the fuck did Idaho come from?
Have you been to Idaho? Have you been to Big Sky?
Have you been to like Coeur d'Alene and all? Well, don't go to Coeur d'Alene. Like, unless you're like getting your car to go look at it. Don't go. I'm serious, man, because that's where like white supremacists really live. Is Northwest America, like motherfuckers that are like posted up in the mountains, like fuck the government time.
Like if America was the DMV, that would be where Frederick was.
Yeah, yes. Frederick, Maryland.
I'm saying that people always talk about Alabama, the Deep South. That's got its racism, man, but it's a different level up there. It's a when I first got stationed up in that area, they told us about the militia of Montana. I was like, that's bullshit. That's a very real thing. And they ended up knocking over one of the guard bases and stole a Humvee within my first year of being stationed there. That's a real shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's that motherfucking what's the Unabomber's name? That's that Unabomber type.
He was Lincoln, Montana.
Yeah, that's what I thought about it. Like, God, I mean, Idaho. When that shit started, when people started bringing up Idaho as a place to move to, especially for art scenes, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Boise is an incredible city. If you've never been.
It is. Boise. Des Moines. Oh wait, that's Iowa.
Yeah, that's Iowa.
I mean, you're in Omaha, right? That's Nebraska. So what is Idaho? What's the relationship?
Idaho's northwest of me. So it's like you go up through Colorado, Wyoming, and then it's right there off on the left of that because it's southwest of Montana. It connects to Montana right there.
Doesn't it separate Washington from Montana? Isn't that where that is?
Yeah, just that little panhandle. That's where like Coeur d'Alene area is. And it's beautiful country up there. Beautiful country.
Big sky.
Like Montana's like the fourth largest state in the continental U.S. or in the U.S. in general, but it doesn't even have 1 million people.
Kind of reminds me of Maine. It's like it's huge, but there's like about 1 million people in just like the just the tip.
Did you say Maine? Did you say Maine was huge?
It is.
Maine is a big ass state.
Maine's not that big, bro. In relationships to states, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to pull up a map, man.
Maine. Let's see. U.S. states.
U.S.
But it's decent size, especially for the Northeast, where everything else is like 12 miles wide.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think I wouldn't say Maine is big, bro. Like Maine's here, like Virginia. I mean, like compared to the states up there, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like comparable to the states that are in the Northeast region, Maine's big.
It's in the top half. It's in the top half.
But it's in the top half.
Yeah. Of top 25.
50, motherfucker.
I'm just saying.
Either way, I don't know. Okay. I don't know where
I fucked up. My bad. I have you. If you've ever driven through Maine to get to like fucking, you're like 6 hours and you're still in fucking Maine. I don't know. It seemed big to me.
Yeah, I mean, if you go,
it's not the size, it's the girth.
It's the girth. That's how big Maryland is. If you drive Maryland from side to side, like east to west, that's as big as fuck. Like but if you go north to south, you're like, motherfucker, get out of here. That shit is an hour.
minutes.
Fuck it. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I think I wouldn't say that New York, California, and I would say Washington is artsy, but I don't think New York and California are the artsy places. They're the entertainment places. So they have art in them. But I think like
hubs, man, that have art kind of tied into that.
Yeah, but like Colorado's art is different. Like they have a big art scene. Like I'm talking about painting, singing. Tennessee, same thing. Like everybody has different. Georgia. So I wouldn't say, but I'm saying like I know that California and New York are going to lose a lot of constituents. That's just a fucking. It already happened. It's not even a fact. It already happened.
I think that it comes just down to like we've been forced to sit down and think, and we've been allowed to think and be like, why am I here? Like now you look at it and you go, I have to pay all of these bills, and then you start looking around and you be like, wait, if I drive 4 hours in one direction, I don't have to pay all of this shit. I can sell my house and buy a house with the leftover in cash.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense. That's all of California is moving to Las Vegas.
Yeah, but the problem is that the laws are about to change. So I think that held weight 12 months ago or 6-7 months ago. But like you see, like Texas is going up on its taxes now because everybody fucking moved there. Like they're already debating about moving the taxes up just because everybody's leaving California just to go to Texas.
I mean,
because of the tax situation.
Isn't Texas one of those no state income tax states?
It's no income tax.
And that's everything's going to get driven up wherever you go. That's just part of it. But
inflation's about to happen, bro.
But the thing, I think Lloyd hit the nail on the head, is when you're forced to sit in a house, you're kind of forced to evaluate everything from your relationships to your career path to all the shit that you got. And when you're like, I've been working at this job for this amount of money that I thought was worth it, until you're forced to sit around it for more than 2 hours a night, you're like, this doesn't make me happy. I want more out of this. Because that was part of one of the articles that I read, was somebody that fled from Seattle to Boise. It was like, I was sick of the commute and everything, but I didn't realize how sick I was. Then he talked about how his blood pressure went down like 20 points or something.
But also, when you look at like New York City, you look at LA, you look at the Bay, you look at a lot of these places and you go, oh, wait. Like when I lived in LA, I never lived in a place where I could buy a house cheaper than I could rent. Renting was always cheaper than buying. And like I grew up in Boston, same thing, DC, LA. And then when I moved here, I sit there, I'm looking at it, it's like rent is more expensive than buying a house. I should just
$100 usually too.
Yeah. I think like I got a $1,200 2-bedroom apartment, nothing fancy, but for $1,200 I can get a 1,700 square foot, 1,800 square foot house. Yeah, and this is the first time in my life.
Yeah, that was a big part of moving away for DC in general for me, and that was even pre-pandemic. So then, when you imagine literally being forced to sit in your 1,200 square foot studio apartment that you're paying $3,000 for, I can imagine that probably shakes the tree a little bit and causes some leaves to fall somewhere.
What apartment were you paying $3,000 at? I don't never move around that place. Like, dude, let's not exaggerate DC. DC's not that expensive, bro.
DC's unless you want to live in like Trinidad area of DC. Yeah, you enjoy that.
What's wrong with it?
Trinidad is real safe compared to Trinidad, DC. I lived in Silver Spring and I had a nice 1,000 square foot 2-bedroom and I was paying $2,400.
Yeah, but it's because you wanted a high rise, dickhead. I paid $1,200 for the same thing.
Yeah, but you're out in Columbia, Maryland.
That's the thing, man.
That's the expensive part. I'm technically in the expensive area. Technically,
but you're like 30 minutes away from the city. I'm a walk across the parking lot.
Okay, but so Greenbelt is a walk across the parking lot too, bro. And Greenbelt is fucking 1,100. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like there's parts that you can move to in the city that are not that expensive, bro. Or right outside the city. Minnesota Avenue. Yeah, if you are scared of your environment, no, you can't move around Minnesota Avenue. But there's white people walking up and down. I was about to say, for real, bro, it's anywhere in DC. But you can move to Southeast right now. And Southeast will fucking there's white people all over fucking Southeast right now.
Well, yeah,
and that's also because it's been gentrified over the last how many years now, to where Berry Farm is a shell of itself, even from when I first moved.
Yeah, but see, listen, bro, like, and that's a totally different argument, right? And I'm man, serious. Because
it's all interrelated. It's all interrelated, though, bro.
Dude, my parents grew up around that area, bro. Like, so, like, they wanted that shit.
The gentrification is what's caused all those prices to skyrocket.
Bro, this is DC, bro. That gentrification shit in DC, not gonna in certain areas is absolutely true. Fuck you, whore. In certain areas, that shit is absolutely true, right? In that area, not so, there's black people over there, fam. That's Martin Luther King Avenue.
Yes, for now. Give it another 5 years, bro.
They moved over there. That's all I'm saying.
Even Good Hope Road, man. Like, you go past that 7-Eleven and everything, you're back in white people neighborhood, but you're still near that 7-Eleven right off of, what is it, U and V and W, right in that area.
Right.
You ain't fucking with it. Not right now.
Shit.
And it's still 250 plus thousand, if not 300 and some odd thousand for a little row house.
The taxes in DC are already bad. Some people are building up their houses. Like, what we used to go by the Pinch. The Pinch is on what, I forgot what street is that. Georgia Avenue?
Well,
that's not Georgia, is it?
That's
14.
14.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the
street. North of Florida.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about the street. The cross street. That shit it's gone now. So, you know, but I'm saying, like, 14th Street, right? They started building up over that way. The prices started going up. That's a fact. But the people who own their houses over there that were saving money can stay there. Like, this is all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying with gentrification. I don't like it, but I don't dislike it. And my point being,
I thought we were talking about it being affordable.
That's what I'm saying. But okay. It's not in comparison to DC rates, depending on what you do for a living. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not that expensive as everybody's trying to make it out to be. When you compare it to New York City, that's all. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm. That's like y'all, but that's what I'm saying. Y'all lumping the two together. You're mentioning DC with LA and DC, bro.
Ain't that expensive if you are out to buy Balenciaga or something.
Yeah, exactly, motherfucker.
It's expensive as fuck. What are you talking about?
Jordans are not that expensive either. You pay for what you want, my guy. Let's not play that game.
I don't disagree with you there, but saying that 120 bones for one set of shoes ain't expensive. I got a white trash student still listen to me this day. That's expensive.
When you can get 25% off and $5 flat rate shipping.
I'm not doing that with you. I'm not doing this with you.
When the wife and I were looking for an apartment in the DC area, it was like we couldn't afford to live in DC. We had to find on the outskirts, but it had to be metro accessible. And like the only places that were metro accessible that we felt comfortable was either Bethesda, Silver Spring, downtown Silver Spring, or like Arlington, like the Arlington area. And those are the only three places that are metro accessible.
Parts. What are you doing?
Because it's safe.
Oh my God, Jesus! The
New
whole
Carlton.
place.
I'm gonna go to New Carlton. Okay,
Yes! That shit's safe as fuck. Are you kidding me, bro?
Compared to Upper Marlboro.
Upper Marlboro's probably safer. Listen, bro. All right, because I don't like the narrative, bro. Like, there's certain areas that I get. I hate you. There's certain areas that I get why people get upset. Oh, I'm sorry, not upset. People get scared to live in, right? But that's your own fault, my guy. Like, don't try to push your shit off on us.
It's my fault for being afraid of getting shot somewhere, like randomly.
You won't get shot if you fucking go in your goddamn house. Like,
if you abide by the curfew and don't make eye contact, you won't get shot. What are you talking about?
Listen, most people don't listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. And this is real shit. I know it sucks. I know it sucks what I'm about to say, but it's the fucking truth. Most people that mind their business don't get assaulted. Most people that keep it fucking pushing and are fucking nice to people don't get robbed. Most. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. It does fucking happen. But most people that just shut the fuck up and keep it moving and mind their own fucking business,
Very
they
neighborly.
gotta go. I'm
Very
just saying.
neighborly. That's very neighborly.
I don't give a fuck. Like,
That's a neighborhood I want to live in.
That's a real community building thing. Hey, mind your fucking business, or I'll stab the shit out of you.
mind your business.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Shut the fuck up, your face.
That's your motherfucking. Y'all want to talk to everybody. No, you don't got to talk to everybody. You ain't got to listen.
Talking, bro. I want to just be like, "Hey, what's happening?" and not feel like motherfuckers be like, "What'd you say? What'd you say?"
I want to just not get shot. Like, is that what I got to do to not get shot? Just okay, I guess. Hide your face. Hide your face. Hashtag team light skin.
Not talk. If you don't talk, nobody's gonna rob. If they're like, give me your money, dude. You know what I mean? Dude, I grew. I lived in Riverdale for a while. Motherfucker, it's Spanish people around that joint like a motherfucker. Some of them got robbed, some of them didn't. Listen,
so
by you?
No.
Would you be willing to raise your daughter there?
Who me?
Ooh.
Yeah, you. I know you're trying to. Why you avoiding the answer to the question there, Eddie? Why you not answering? Eddie, what's your answer to that question?
Okay, hold on, pause.
You're a stuttering motherfucker now.
No. But I'm being honest here. I would if I had a house. I wouldn't do an apartment. I'll be honest about it. Now, see, and this is what I'm saying. If Lloyd said he moved to an area because it had nicer apartments, then I would be okay. But when you start saying safe, bro, Silver Spring ain't that safe. But that's the Metro ain't that safe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking
this is Eddie tap dancing.
You can hold my dick. Listen, anywhere that's by a Metro, not that safe.
I just want to note that I asked you that question right around like 54 minutes and 45 seconds.
I said if I had a house, whore. I said if I had a house.
It took you
I prepared as a statement.
No, listen. For Riverdale, if I had a house, I would live in Riverdale. But I have to have a house. I've lived in Riverdale before. The apartments are dirt shit. They don't take care of them. They don't do anything. And that's my point. But to say safe, I never got robbed around there.
But no, man, you're conflating safe with so many other things, bro. Like, I'm not trying to raise a kid in a place with a school district like that. I'm not trying to raise a kid in a neighborhood.
My school district, whore. Oh, relax. Don't disrespect my school district like that, bro.
Would you let your wife walk to the Metro in Riverdale?
I'm not married, so
hypothetically, your hypothetical wife. So the stakes are very low. The hypothetical wife hypothetically getting robbed or murdered. You just hypothetically let her hypothetically go there.
First off, no, pause. I wouldn't let my wife walk to a Metro at night, motherfucker.
Well, walk home from a Metro after work.
I don't give a fuck what Metro, bro. I don't give a fuck what Metro. Unless we in New York, I wouldn't let my wife walk home from the fucking Metro by herself.
That is why I lived across the street from the Metro. Literally, I can see her get off the Metro from my balcony.
Oh, but okay, again, Lloyd.
Safe.
Lloyd, it's not. It's a fucking Metro. You live by a goddamn Metro stop. Bro, that McDonald's on fucking off of Georgia is. I've been in more fights there than any other McDonald's.
I know, and it'd be. You're just tagging how many.
Any other McDonald's I've been to. I've been in more fights there. No.
And he's over here making a case. He's like, it's a completely safe neighborhood. I only got knocked out and knocked other people out every time I walk down that street.
Never been.
I've never killed nobody at that subway.
Never lost.
Here on Benning Road.
I'm just no.
I've never caught a case at that Quiznos.
We not listen, bro. All I'm trying to say is, I think people put too much emphasis on the shit, and they make the city sound and the DMV sound a lot worse than it actually is. It's bad for motherfuckers who don't mind their business. It is extremely bad, and most people don't mind their fucking business. But you being scared of walking from the Metro should be at every Metro station. Any fucking.
I will disagree with you, but I also don't need to worry about if I made eye contact accidentally with a cat posted up on the fucking corner as I'm
that can happen anywhere, bro. That's all I'm saying. That can happen in Bethesda too. Those motherfuckers got serial killers, fucking and fucking Russian spies. Like fucking courthouse is literally a courthouse area, and them motherfuckers have robberies every goddamn week. Like, no, it doesn't. If you're by a subway or a metro, it's dangerous. Is all I'm saying, bro. Now, if you are living in a suburb, anywhere that you have to drive to, it's a lot safer than any city, bro. Any fucking city. That's all. That's the only point I'm making. So, again, DC itself is expensive when you compare it to fucking North Carolina.
That's how we get to North Carolina.
Like, yeah, it's
DC's still in the top
Omaha.
5, definitely top 10 in the nation for most expensive.
No.
Yes.
Subsidiaries of DC, things inside the DMV is facts. Potomac's in the top 10. Manassas is in the top 10. Fairfax, yeah, look it up, Lloyd. I think Fairfax is in the top 10. Those are all Virginia. Those are not inside of DC. Tinleytown, if you talk about a part of DC, is up there in money.
What's your average apartment in, say, DuPont, Adams Morgan?
Okay, you ready? Hold on.
I fill in the blank. Anything else? Those cannot
20,
be less
2000,
than
2000. Easy. Go ahead. What's up, Lloyd?
Okay, I just quick search. 10 most expensive cities in the U.S. in order. Number 1, San Francisco, given. Number 2,
San Diego.
New York. Number 3,
Also.
Oakland, California. Number 4, Boston, Massachusetts. Number 5, Washington, D.C.
That's because they're going around the area, bro.
Oh, man. Like,
they're going around the DMV.
Inside city. Here's the thing, man. How you gonna tell me when I got paid as a military dude based on the average of rent in the area? That's what they do, and that shit on average was $2,500.
Yeah,
and that was for an okay spot in an okay neighborhood.
You're tripping. That's because you didn't want to look or you didn't want to drive. I'm telling you, I'm being real with you.
Okay.
You either didn't want to look or you didn't want to drive.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to come to the conclusion that DC is as horrible as we think it is, but not as bad as Eddie thinks that we think it is.
That's not even the thing. I'm not even saying it's horrible. I'm just saying Eddie's over here bullshitting, trying to be like, it's not expensive. It's a great
because he's never been anywhere. Terrance, because he's never been anywhere.
I lived in Baltimore.
Columbia, Maryland is the furthest that he's traveled.
I lived in Baltimore. That shit's cheap. Let's just be honest, right? Baltimore City is dirt fucking cheap.
Yeah, because
especially compared to DC.
It's vacant.
That too.
Unless you're playing for the Ravens or the Orioles,
there is the vacants.
They don't even live in the city. They live in Gwynn Park. What is that? Gwynn Oak.
And shit.
Yeah, like the Lakers don't even live out there. But what I'm saying, I'm not disagreeing that DC isn't expensive compared to other places. I'm saying that there are areas in DC that aren't as deadly as everybody's trying to make them out to be, that aren't that expensive. But that is how gentrification starts rearing its ugly head.
I don't think DC, in my opinion, in my well-traveled opinion, it's not worth what it costs. It's not worth what it costs.
That's because you're paying $2,400.
It's not worth what it costs.
12 in Greenbelt.
Gas, fucking everything. All of the things that encompass living in a place.
10%
DC
tax
is not worth what I paid.
10% sales tax. That's 10%. Disgusting. Ugh.
It's cheap. It's
I don't mean to paint DC as this ridiculously violent city. It's not. I don't think so.
Worth it. It's not worth it.
It is violent, but it's violent for people that are violent.
MLK, I've done filming for fucking Discovery Channel and other little random shits I've done, like right off of Good Hope Road and some other stuff. It's not crazy, but it's definitely not worth the fucking headache and the prices in which they charge in any of those.
And you could tell because the people with power, the people with money, the people with resources,
they don't live there.
They don't even live close by there. They live in Herndon, 45 minutes away. They live in
Herndon. That's calculated in that
Falls Church.
Yep.
But that's all I'm just
Annandale.
saying that's calculated. That's calculated in that statistic that you just
Stratford.
put up. Like DC being
I'm just saying the people like that's my point. My point is if you had money and if you had power and you have influence, like if you lived in New York, you know all of the you're gonna live in New York. You're not gonna live in New Jersey, Manhattan. You're not gonna live in New Jersey. If you live if you have the same thing in San Francisco, you're not moving out to Stockton and commuting in. You know, you're staying in the city. With DC, it's like I have all of these things and I want nothing to do with it.
You're not living in LA or whatever and or working in LA and living in fucking Oxnard, you know?
Yeah.
But you realize that DC doesn't have a mass exodus, though, right? So all those 5 states you just mentioned,
they also have guaranteed jobs, though. That's the big thing about DC, and that's also why the prices go up.
But DC's also
guaranteed jobs. Every year, the shit creeps up between military and government. Right. They always account for it. So that's why landlords are like, oh, it's public. I'll go look at it.
DC's an art city, though. That's all I'm saying.
Like Las Vegas has a quote unquote what we thought a guaranteed economy, and like with DC, the government and the military, that is the utmost undeniable, only guaranteed economy, and that the whole city is built around it. That you can't really go anywhere else and work in Capitol Hill.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't work at the Pentagon and live in fucking Iowa. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
You can be a content creator and live anywhere the fuck you want. But DC, if you are in that industry, you've been 10 years in that industry, you're not leaving. You can't.
I think content creators are fucking overplaying their hand, bro. This whole fucking, like, I don't want to be in LA. I don't want to be in New York. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be there. I think they're overplaying their hand. I'm being honest, because the reason why you're very interesting is because you're in a hip area, and it's expensive to live in a hip area. Now, there are people that are interesting, right, in different areas. When they get big, you know where they go? Where other interesting people are.
But that's pre-COVID. That's pre-COVID. You want to be an actor, you go to LA. Like
I was just about to say that.
You think these motherfuckers are not going to go back?
Not all, especially because the internet has showed us bro, as much as I don't like doing them, as much as you don't like doing them, Zoom shows are a very real thing that caused people to connect. It caused people to force themselves to become innovative. But more than that, it made everybody realize they didn't need to be in that shitty New York apartment for $3,500 a month to do what it is they wanted to do. It now forced bookers, promoters, talent, whatever the fuck you want to say, to look away from the coastal areas. That's a real thing now, and that's going to stay.
And I get that now, post-COVID, I can understand you wanting to be around other content creators that are big or, you know, like help you get to that next level. But once you are making a better income than you would be working anywhere that you came from, right? You're making 50, 60, 6 figures, whatever the number is. Like, I don't need to be there. If I'm making 6 figures in content creating, I don't need to be anywhere. I can be where I want to be because I'm making 6 figures.
Absolutely, man.
That's a fact, but I think that they're overplaying a hand. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Like just how Terrance said he thinks that this whole fucking open shit people aren't looking at it correct. I think people aren't looking at it correct. I personally think that as COVID is going on, it is the perfect time for people to move out of areas where it's expensive for no reason. During COVID, once things get back to even semi fucking normal, I think the work jobs that you can do from your fucking laptop, those motherfuckers aren't going back. But those guys aren't entertainers. They're not creatives.
But here's my question then.
Consulting, they're not creatives. Creatives will go. It might be a new area. I'm not saying LA and New York are not dead per se, but I'm saying it might be different. But there's going to be an area, and once that area is established or starts to be established, fucking the rent and prices are going to go the fuck.
Okay, I could at least agree with you on that. Like, you were making it kind of sound like LA and New York would be filled back up again, and I don't think that's the case. I could agree with you in the framing of that if you have the artsy city, that will then, if you build it, they will come type of thing. Sure, I'll agree. But I think this has shown you again, you don't need to make that rush to big cities to do things, especially in the day of content creators.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
You love Pat McAfee.
I do too. Pat's a fun listen.
And he is one of the most successful podcast / sports, whatever you want to go up there, right? And he lives in fucking Indianapolis. Yep. And he brought his whole production, all of that. Why? Because he can be anywhere he wants to be. He doesn't need to be. I think that the people that are all trying to make it, trying to get somewhere, they need to be around other interesting people to do interesting things. But if you're an interesting person and you already have a following, you can make anywhere you are interesting.
But I think Pat McAfee works because he's sports. Sports are so broad anyway. They're broadcast already. So it's just, but I'm talking about like your YouTubers, your Instagrammers, your now TikTokers, those motherfuckers that collab a lot. They're not like you need similar thought to be creative. You don't need to steal anybody's idea. We all know this shit. It's like comics, right? When we weren't talking or we weren't going to open mics, half of us stopped writing. Why? Because you're not being stimulated. But as a creator, you got to be stimulated.
Well, as a content creator, I would say that it's you have to steal other people's thoughts because you're not.
Phrase that correctly, bro.
No. I'm being very specific. Like content creating, right? Making a video. Oh, top 5 greatest places in Las Vegas. And then you make 5 top places in Las Vegas. And it's different. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who came up with the idea of let's put together the top 5 because they know, and I know, and Terrance knows that if somebody sees mine, they're gonna keep on looking for more top 5 places. They're gonna find Eddie and they're gonna find yours. And it's one of those things where content creators thrive off of doing other people's material, but in their manner.
And that's where I would say, if you were to say content creators are overplaying their hand, I would say in the aspect of content creation, because of that, because of the almost stealing of ideas to then regurgitate it. For sure.
But that's how the algorithm works. That's how the YouTube you like Las Vegas? Well, here's more videos about Las Vegas. Here's more.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Think about it in TikTok. Like you guys have TikTok. I don't have TikTok. But from the videos I've seen, how many times has something become a trend? And out of that trend, you get the celebrities that do it. But then there's a good 10 or 15 of people I've never fucking heard of. They've got 1 million, 1.2 million, 2 million, 3 million videos. That helps them
because the algorithm.
But that's what it was.
Yeah,
I
overplaying the hand in that aspect.
Yeah,
I understand. Yeah. What I'm saying is trends I think is different than outright stealing, right? If you do a dance on fucking TikTok, and these creators have had the same argument, like, yo, if you see somebody else do it, just tag the person that you originally saw do it. That's all we ask.
I'm not gonna go into the nuances of the proper way to.
But I know I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm saying that it's still stealing, and that's at the end of the day, it's stealing, motherfucker. No matter why you stole.
And I'm gonna go with this, right? We all have, you make content and you be like, oh, this is my ideas on XYZ, or here's my thoughts on XYZ. But you're not doing something that's trending, so no one's gonna find it. But if you're doing the same thing, I don't want to say same thing like word for word or the same 5 places or whatever.
That's what I was thinking you were saying.
No, not like, oh, let me just go word for word, but like, top 5 places to eat is trending in Las Vegas. Let me go do my own version of top 5, and no one's going to be upset. Like, oh my god, you took my idea of top 5 places to eat. That doesn't work. But that's the person with 12 views.
Right.
That and you have 100,000 views, and guess what? Because you have 100,000 views, they're gonna go, hey, viewer, maybe you like this 12 view video, and that guy gets more videos. Like, that's how the algorithm works, and that's why these collabs work. That's why content is just regurgitated over and over and over again.
So what happens to the collabs if all these people start? If you're like Lloyd's, like, we are lucky, right? You're in Vegas, Terrance is in Omaha. I'm still in DMV, right? We're on a podcast, so we can connect and do whatever we want, but we can't really do skits unless it's around the podcast. You get what I'm saying? If we were all content creators in DC and now live in Vegas, Omaha, and DC, we have to now go find other people to do it with us. And if those people don't have the same drive that we have, if they don't have the same connection bonding, they don't have the same viewers that we have, then it doesn't really, well, if it doesn't have viewers, it actually works in your favor. But you get what I'm saying? If they don't have the same style viewers.
But even with that, man, how many of those people because we know a lot of people that create skits and they collab on skits, how many views are they getting? They'll occasionally, because it's happened to me. I've thrown together a shit video and hit with the right hashtag at the right time, and I get 30,000 views compared to most of my shit hangs around like 200, right? At max. I can't sit here and say that they're creating these skits and it's making that big of a difference, other than the fact that they're just regurgitating a lot of the same shit that I've seen 40 other times.
And that's because they're not consistent too.
We are not.
And
let me be specific.
We can look at our own numbers and tell, because as soon as we weren't consistent, we dropped. So while we were consistent, we did 8 months straight where we were fucking fine, right? And then we stopped being consistent for like a week for our own reasons, because bills and shit.
I want to be specific. I want to be really specific when it comes to content creating and being a content creator. The mind shift is that we are not selling content. We are the brand. We are the product. The content is the vehicle in which that we sell our product, which is us, which is our brand. So top 10 movies or whatever it is that you're doing, you're not selling the idea of whatever the top 5 or top 10 is. You're selling your opinion and your
presentation of the top 10.
Yes. That's the difference. And when we do stand-up comedy, it's like, the jokes are part of the process, which that we use the vehicle to sell. But we have to shift our minds into thinking that we are the product and our personality is what we're selling. We just have to find the right vehicle and medium to sell it. Good night, guys.
That was very good.
Boy, just about blacked out. Like that was just the most genius thing he said.
Yeah.
What happened?
Just start throwing the math equations. Like, no.
What do you own?
I think that's really the shift that we have to make, and I don't think that a lot of our comedian friends are making that shift.
But I also think that I can't. Can you fucking fault them at this point? Because when you look at these people that are doing the skits and they have the millions of followers, it really is a lot of the same regurgitate. I mean, half the time I'm seeing shit that I've heard on Def Jam jokes in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like it's white people have trash bags and black people have grocery bags that they use for trash bags. Like I've seen that as some sort of regurgitation, as they've dressed up as the black mom versus the white mom and all kinds of stuff to make whatever comedy skit they've got. It lacks a little bit of something, but it gets a shitload of viewers. And so that's what people flock to.
Yeah. And we're not making money off that content. Well, what we as comedians are making money off of is selling of the tickets. So it's like, I'm okay with that to most degrees. It's like, it's just the vehicle. It's this shit is disposable. This content, it's like, oh, I put out a video. Great. Okay. When's the next one coming out? Great. When's the next one? Next one. And then
you got to be consistent.
Yeah. You just got to keep on because if you hit 40,000, 50,000 views, and then half of those people go, okay, what else has he got? Click. And then you got nothing. Well, then you just fucking wasted that for nothing.
Yeah. You're not going to retain it. I was thinking about that today with that with our last interview with Moniz about that shit. And I think we hit a lot of different points. But one of the things I think we didn't beat the mat with was, and get all the dust out, was fucking
I've never heard that saying.
What, beat the mat?
Yeah, get the dust out.
Beat the mat and get the dust
I
out.
heard beat the rug, but
beat the rug.
Sure,
yeah.
Whatever. I mean, whatever.
You're a weirdo. You're a weirdo. Fuck it. No. What I'm saying is, like, we as comics, we gotta have fans.
Yes.
Like, I think it's not pushed enough that comics want to make money with no fans.
Yeah.
And
But
if you're
I think,
like, because they always push the fact that
well,
I'm funny. I'm funny. Yeah, but nobody wants to see you.
well, we kind of brushed on it, but we didn't. It's
That's what I
inherently
said.
tied together, but
Yeah.
we didn't really delve into it. We mentioned it, but you're absolutely right. We talked about it in the fact that these guys will come out and ask for time without promoing. And then
Right.
they'll also demand, X amount of dollars when they're selling zero amount of tickets. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
we
that's what
brushed
I
on
was.
it,
Yeah.
but I
I think
wholeheartedly
because
agree.
I said I don't charge. I don't charge at home. Like I don't charge crazy. I'm not charging at home. Like I'm sorry. Like and my manager, me and her had a conversation about it, and I was like, if somebody comes to you, like as long as they're not doing no crazy ass numbers, like you know what I'm saying, like not charging like $25, hey, don't really hit them. Don't hit them too hard because like you know what I'm saying. Like find out what their budget is. All right, cool. Probably do it for a little bit less than that. I'm not tripping. Like I think comics don't have fans, and yet they're talking about what's it like? Pay me. I don't like that shit.
But
The
that's where it
same.
ties. That's where it ties into what Lloyd was saying about the
And that's
content
why
becomes that vehicle, right? And it's all disposable. Whatever video, like when I do the White People Wednesdays and you guys do what it is you guys do, most of that shit's just I'm gonna post it, I'm throwing it away, and it's good. I won't even fucking think about it the next day, to be honest. I really don't. But it's a small piece of the overall brand that I don't think a lot of comics, especially, focus on as much.
I agree. I agree because I've been doing comedy for long enough to remember when YouTube famous wasn't a thing. When the only person to become internet famous was Dane Cook, and then internet fame was a thing, and all the OGs were like, don't worry about that shit. Just be funny. It'll sort itself out.
Right.
Well, now it's like, no, sort that shit out. Funny will come. Like, do you know how funny you'll be if people came to see you every night and you're doing 15, 20 minutes every fucking night?
But that's why everybody hated Dane, because everybody was coming to see him, but they felt like he was doing bottom tier jokes. And it was like, listen, bro.
Comics hated him. His fans
Nah,
did.
well, no.
I
know people that hated him.
Before comedy, I was a Dane Cook fan. I bought tickets.
I very much enjoyed Dane Cook back in the day.
I bought tickets to his Vicious Circle tour. I was there at the filming.
I loved it.
I still have a hard time hating on that dude because I loved that special so fucking much.
Right.
Because I hadn't started comedy at the 100%, man. Like I can still remember some of the jokes when he talked about the females being the mental samurai ninjas and shit. Like it was just, to me, it was really funny.
But he acted everything
the
out.
other side now, yeah.
On the other side is like the words didn't really mean shit. If the words didn't go dialed out, but it was like, dude, it was a performance, man. Like he was a performance comic. And you guys are mad about it. I get it. Whatever. Do what you want to fucking do. There was some audience members who, there were some people outside of comedy that also didn't fuck with him.
Sure,
that's a fact.
Sure. But I was in my 20s.
They don't fuck with Kevin Hart. So you know what I mean?
Right. You got people still saying he ain't funny, and I'm like, funny's relative. Like you can't say he's not funny when that dude is made a living off of being labeled as funny.
Yeah. I mean, you're the one guy out of a sold out football arena that thinks he's not funny. Okay. I mean, that's a weird. I don't
get that. Like,
that's a weird hill to die on.
They're like, I sat through the entire hour and I didn't laugh once.
You should have left.
Just bragging about wasting your fucking time. Okay. What is that guy?
You already wasted some money. You weren't gonna get it back.
You wasted your money. You wasted your time. Now you're wasting my time talking about how you wasted your time. I don't know.
Advertise how dumb you are. That's all.
I don't know where the return of investment is gonna show up for you here.
There is no return of investment.
That's why I love Patrice O'Neal,
paid
man.
me. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah,
that's why I love Patrice, man. Because I remember seeing one clip a while back, and he was doing his thing, and I think it was during the filming of Elephant in the Room, or maybe it was another one. But either way, it was an extended, uncut scene or something. He addressed a lady that was in the audience that didn't laugh, didn't smile, didn't do nothing. And he was just like, why are you not doing that? And she said something like, just waiting on you to make me laugh, I think was her remark, something along those lines.
Yep.
And then he said, I can't make miserable people fucking laugh. That's not my job. And I'm like, that is it right there, Patrice. That's why you are the GOAT, period. I can't make a miserable motherfucker laugh. You come to these shows, because I've seen it. Y'all had to have seen it. Where motherfuckers come to shows. I seen one that Rob Gordon was up on stage at the Draft House one night, and there was a girl who admittedly came there to hate on that dude, and that's what she did. She got front row tickets to just sit there, not smile, not laugh. She sat with her arms crossed, her legs crossed, didn't fucking move.
But let's be honest, who likes Rob Gordon? Like,
Where is
everybody that
the?
doesn't know that's my guy. No, that's little bro.
With it. That's why I'm
Dumb
I'm
as
joking.
shit. He dumb as shit. He trying to, yeah, he's not gonna get me out of here. I'll text him right now and tell him I said it. Fuck out of here. That's my guy. No, and people do that shit all the time. Like, people want to come and hate. And it's like, if you want to spend money to hate, it's cool. I'm not gonna. I personally,
you're not getting a
at this
refund.
point in my life, I don't give a fuck, and I fucking keep moving on. Like, oh, you weren't laughing. I find the people that were laughing and I pay attention to them. Ivan Martin is the best at this shit. This is not a joke. Ivan Martin is the best at finding people that love what he does or finds whatever he's doing funny or finds whatever he's doing great and only paying attention to them. Like,
that's what I've started.
Literally made him talk, and I'm like, how the fuck? He was like, nobody hated on us. Nobody hated on my stink. Nobody, like, we get no disrespect. I'm like, dude, I know, like, listen, it's like, I've never heard it. I've never seen it. I'm like, they did it to you. He was like, nope, I don't remember it. Dog, ton of it.
Coming as a dude that has different humor, because I'm weird like that. Like, I don't fit in to the white rooms that same way, and I don't fully fit into black rooms the same way. I operate in a weird limbo status. I've had to do that the last few years in comedy, where it's like I find that table or two or that 4 people scattered throughout, and those are the only fucking people I will make eye contact with. They're the only people I'll interact with and keep going, because I've had to realize I'm not everybody's fucking flavor.
Yeah.
And it stings the ego at first. But when you fuck with people like that, they fuck with you.
Yes, and that's going to be every comic. You go in, and there's going to be people that are like, I'm curious what's going on, and then people like, fuck this guy, and you got to figure out which hill you're gonna die on.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yo, I think we at 1:30. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yo, Rob Gordon has a new movie out.
Yep.
Dope. Congratulations.
Yeah, I was just making sure that nobody gave a fuck.
with it. That's why I'm mad with it. With it. With it. That's why I'm mad with it.
25% off.
Trap with it. Whatever you want, whatever you need, it's on tab.
Loves.com.
That's why I'm mad with it.
Seriously.
With the
That's why I'm mad with
$25
it.
$5